Hi everyone, it's Lisa from A Simple Season. You know, a lot of us are stocking our pantries right now and we're all doing it for different reasons. Some of us have heard about food shortages and we're trying to hedge against that. Some of us are trying to just stay ahead of inflation because groceries just seem to be rising every month. So we're trying to hedge that a little bit. But whatever the reason is that you are stocking your pantry, there's a list that we all tend to see, and that includes things like rice and beans and flour and pasta and all of those kinds of things. But I think there's also a few extra items that are maybe less common that people tend to either forget about or they just don't really store it in any great quantity. So I think in the current environment, it is good to just have the most variety available so that you have options in your pantry when you're creating meals and you don't have to run out to the store every 10 seconds. And with the price of gas, that's always a win. So here's a list of a few things that I've come up with when I'm restocking my pantry that I either thought I didn't have quite enough of or was just a couple things that I was missing altogether. So hopefully this list will help you out, and put it in the comments below if you have anything that you would like to add or anything that you like to stockpile, because it's so great that we all help each other out. So the first thing is wild pink canned salmon. And not only is this a great choice to put in your pantry because the shelf life is up to 6 years stored in a cool, dry place, it's also a really good source of protein and omega-3s. And there's some evidence to suggest that the omega-3s in canned salmon is actually a little bit higher than in fresh. And also, you can get as much calcium in a 3.5 ounce can of salmon as you would in a glass of skim milk. So that makes it a great choice for the pantry. And another good thing to have in your pantry is cocoa powder, because there is something interesting going on with chocolate right now, and that is that the consumption of it is exceeding the production, and it is more difficult for manufacturers to get their hands on ingredients to make chocolate products. And I have certainly noticed that the price of it has gone up quite a bit even from last year. So if you have cocoa powder on hand, you can still use it to make chocolate cakes and combine it with butter to make chocolatey treats. So it's a great way to get your chocolate fix if you have it in your pantry. This is also a double duty product for me because I mix this with a little bit of cornstarch to make a little DIY dry shampoo for dark hair. So it's nice to have something natural that I can use as a dry shampoo as well. Next, we have dried fruits. So think raisins, cranberries, apricots, dates, all of those kinds of things. And I've had these stay good for me in the original package unopened for up to 3 years. And if I want them to last longer, I can put them in an airtight container in a cool, dry place, and they will stay good up to 5 years. So that is a great choice for your pantry to add to baking and just make your foods a lot more interesting. Don't forget about nuts and seeds. So almonds, walnuts, cashews, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds. These are all great to have, and they will last a long time as well. Unopened in their original package in the pantry, I've had them last a year and a half. In the fridge, I've had them last 2 years plus. So always great to have nuts and seeds. I also like to stock different sweeteners. So most people tend to have sugar in their pantry, but I also like to stock other sweeteners like corn syrup, maple syrup, and honey. That way, if something were to become just unavailable or too expensive, we have other options to sweeten things using other products. And bouillon cubes. It's good to have lots of those in your pantry because the expiry date is pretty much indefinite, and not only can you use them to make soups, but you can add it to, say, meatloaf mixes. You can add it to spaghetti sauce to give it more flavor. It's just such a great way to add lots of oomph to whatever it is that you're making, so it's great to have lots of these on hand. Next up is Jell-O. Is it a nutritionally dense food? Absolutely not. Is its shelf life indefinite? Absolutely yes. But it's just one of those things that if you have 2 cups of water and a fridge, you can have a really nice comfort food available. Cornstarch is also terrific to add to your pantry because its shelf life, as long as it's kept in a cool, dry environment, is years. So just keep it in a cool, dry place. It'll last a long, long time. And this is one of those double duty products. So you can not only, of course, use this to thicken soups and gravies and sauces, but you can also use it as a body powder. You can use it as a dry shampoo for yourself and your pets. It's just one of those great items to store. And here's another one of those double duty products, which is coconut oil. And not only can you use this for cooking and baking and as a substitute for butter if you're actually baking cookies or anything like that, you can also use it as a hair oil, as a body moisturizer, as a facial moisturizer. It's so fabulous to have it, and it lasts for years in your pantry. If it's kept in cool and dry, you can just ignore the best by date that's on there. It will definitely go years past that and still be good. And vanilla extract is another good thing to have in the pantry. It'll last, again, several years sitting on the shelf. With the artificial kind, if you have pure vanilla extract, it will last indefinitely. Is it a must-have item? Not really, but it sure does make a difference when you're making pancakes or cookies or cakes or anything like that to have that nice vanilla flavor. So go ahead and put that in the pantry as well. And lastly, go ahead and pick up some popcorn kernels because not only do these make a great healthy snack, the kernels last a long, long time. Whereas microwave popcorn only lasts about a year on the shelf, these will last years and years. And the other cool thing about these, besides being able to make popcorn, is you can grind up the kernels in a little grain mill or even a coffee grinder if you have one, and you can make cornmeal out of these. So you can use it to make cornbread or corn muffins if you have the kernels on hand and you can grind them up. So hopefully this video gave you an idea or two, and thanks so much for joining in. Take care, everyone, and we'll catch you in the next one.